In Mark chapter 5, we find a couple of interesting stories. One deals with a man named Jairus, who was a ruler in the synagogue, and his daughter was at home, nigh at death. I tell you, she was sick. And so he came to Jesus and he said, "Come to my house, heal my daughter. I know that if you do that, she shall be healed. Just come lay your hands on her," and so forth. And he said, okay. So he went. So notice that the will of God is to heal, is to get sickness and disease off of people, to get death away from people, because he represented the gospel, which was the gospel of the kingdom and the life within that kingdom, that it can be displayed and operated here in the natural world. And so he said, well, sure. And he went off to his house. And of course, there was a woman on his way that came and touched the hem of his garment. This was the woman that had the issue of blood for 12 years. And she touched the hem of his garment, and of course, he felt in his body the power go out of him, virtue go out of him. And the woman felt in her body she was healed of that plague. And of course, now it stopped the procession of him, Jesus, going to Jairus' house. And you can imagine how Jairus was feeling. Come on, man, my daughter's, right there at death, so come on. So she went and preached the whole thing of what happened, and could have took some time, I don't know. And he listened to her. Then, of course, Jesus said to the woman, "Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole." And then they started back to the house. Well, on the way back to Jairus' house, some of Jairus' servants came and said, "Look, don't bother the master anymore. The woman is dead." And then in Matthew chapter 5, verse 36, we read these words where Jesus said to Jairus, as soon as he heard the report that she's dead, he turned very quickly to Jairus and said, "Only believe. Stop the fear." Now, why did he say that? Well, first of all, he said, only believe what? Well, you need to believe that the life that was in Jesus is now still present to raise up your daughter. But you're going to have to stop the fear that connects us to death. Can you do that today? The gospel hasn't changed. Whenever there's some fearful things of death, sickness, and disease, you're going to have to stop the fear, connect to the faith that engages the life that's within you.